Jalapeno poppers are a delicious appetizer that anyone could enjoy. The filling is very versatile in what you can use, so be sure to get creative with the meat you use. Now, if you've never made them before, you need to cook these. And if you've done them before, but the prep up time was a little bit painful and prevented you from doing them again, then please keep watching this video. I'm going to give you some tips along the way to help you with the process. Let's begin with the filling. Now for the filling, you will need some cream cheese. Dump it into a bowl, then add some shredded cheese. Now fresh grated cheese is always best, but save a bit of prep up time by buying pre-shredded cheese. Okay, so you won't get a good of a melt, but let's try to keep this one simple and quick. Next, add some of your favorite barbecue seasoning. Completely optional step here. I'm using a pork rub made by Oakland Dust. And then mix. Mix some more. And mix again. Once fully mixed, I'm going to put the majority of this into a separate bowl. The bit that's left, I'm going to mix in with some leftover chopped carne asada. Now you can use whatever barbecue meat you have left. Pulled pork, brisket are all great choices. Now for the popper prep. I have about 24 peppers here. Make sure they are fairly large and around the same size. This, I think, is a time-consuming part. Remember to use gloves and don't touch your face. Try to get a family member involved so this step goes a little bit faster. First, cut into a small triangle on top. Remove this small section. And then use a small spoon or the handle of the spoon to dig out the membrane. And the seeds. You might want to give it a quick rinse in the sink to get rid of the seeds. Now to make it go a little faster, you don't have to remove all of the membrane and the seeds. But if you're feeding a crowd that doesn't like too much heat, you might want to take the extra time to be thorough during the cleaning. I've tried the other methods before, but now I'm a big fan of the pepper boat method that I learned over at T. Roy Cook's channel. I tried coring the middle, but I find it a little bit time consuming to remove all the seeds and membranes inside without that special coring tool. And the simple cut the pepper in half works great as well. And it's much faster, but I really don't like the way it presents. After trying out those two methods, I always land back to the pepper boat method. It just feels easier to remove all the seeds and the membranes inside, and it keeps for a great presentation. Let me show you again with the second pepper. And here we are. This is all the peppers cleaned up and ready for stuffing. And to avoid making a huge mess, I recommend use a small spoon to scoop the cheese filling and then place it inside the pepper. Don't overstuff. A little cheese leakage is unavoidable. I find that if you don't stuff it as much, there's less cheese leakage once the pepper cooks down and shrinks down a bit. These peppers are large enough, and my bacon is thin enough where I'm going to use 2 strips of bacon per pepper. And here they are all stuffed. I marked the ones with carne asada with a toothpick, and the ones without meat, I left them without toothpicks. Now some of these don't look pretty, but it's partially due to the bacon I was using, and I was trying to do these fairly quickly. Now some people like to use a pin or a toothpick to secure the bacon, but I find the bacon is sticky enough to remain intact. Using a toothpick will make them a bit neater, but it's also more time consuming. Let's get this grill started. I'm using the Weber 26-inch, so all the peppers fit comfortably, and there's a space between each pepper. I have a mix of leftover charcoal and some fresh charcoal I have on my S&S Insert XL that I'm going to go ahead and light up with my newly acquired grill gun. Now, if you're in the market for a grill gun or this Weber 26-inch and you want to help support my channel, please check out my affiliate codes down in the description box. We appreciate it a lot. Now, the charcoal is going to take a few minutes for it to be fully lit, so give it a good mix and then place in our grate. I'm going to give the grate a spray with some oil to prevent any sticking. And I'm using the dripping griddle with foil to collect drippings because bacon's going to release a ton of fat during the cook. Having bacon grease all over the bottom of the grill isn't the end of the world, but an easier cleanup is always best, and you'll thank yourself later. Let's place in all our peppers. The great thing about this 26-inch Weber is there's plenty of space. It's the first time I'm cooking peppers on this grill, but it's good to know I could fit about maybe 36 of this if I pack them in tightly. Next, I'm hitting them with some more barbecue pork rub seasoning for a little color and texture. Let's start our cook and cover these. The grill will hit about 500 on the hot side. It ran hot throughout. Now, depending on the heat, these will take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Basically, it depends on your desired bacon crispiness level. Let's check on this about the 30-minute mark. Ooh, these smell amazing. And they look so good. But you know what? I'm not happy with the bacon crispy level yet. Now, one issue you're going to run across is that the bacon at the bottom of the pepper is the last to get crispy. You can sometimes speed up the process by flipping them about halfway or by placing the peppers on the hot side. Be careful with this if you do. The bacon will flare up on you. But honestly, you just need a couple of seconds to help you crisp up the bottom. The kettle isn't running as hot, and that's probably another reason it's taking a bit longer than I expected. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close the lid, and I'm gonna let them roll for another 15 minutes. All right, these peppers are done. Now, these were done about an hour. I lost a lot of heat towards the end, so it took a lot longer than expected, but we're ready to remove. And there we are. I can't wait to try the ones with carne asada. But even if you don't add any meat to the cheese filling, they are still very tasty. Jalapeño poppers. That bacon crisps beautifully. Now, the carne asada was delicious, but I really couldn't tell the carne asada as much as I would like. But next time, I'm just gonna put much more carne asada. But again, this was just leftover carne asada. Didn't have much more to put in there. But next time, maybe just grilling carne asada specifically for these for the next day would be amazing. As I said at the top of the video, you can choose a lot of different types of meat to use in the stuffing. I use carne asada here, but one of my favorite things to use is brisket. Now, if you want to know how to smoke a brisket on the 26-inch kettle, then check out this video next.